The Capital Region Education Council's vision of inspiring learning is built on promoting cooperation and collaboration with our surrounding towns and member school districts. Developing these alliances, especially in a difficult economy, has required CREC to be attentive and responsive to their needs. This past year, CREC has continued to demonstrate leadership in the region and beyond by identifying and sharing quality services with its partnering districts, allowing them to save money and operate more efficiently. Our partnerships in education, cooperative purchasing, construction, transportation, food services, and technology have strengthened our communities today and helped to lay the foundation for a better tomorrow. 2 years ago, State Representative Brendan Sharkey, House Chair of the Planning and Development Committee, assembled a bipartisan Smart Growth Task Force that produced a number of legislative initiatives, the cornerstone of which was to give towns important new tools to achieve cost savings and lessen property tax burdens. One of these initiatives, the Municipal Opportunities and Regional Efficiencies, or MORE Commission, looks to explore opportunities for a more regional collaborative approach in a variety of areas.
At the state level, we don't want to impose a lot of solutions on cities and towns and boards of ed. It's better to find ways to have cities and towns working cooperatively in an effort to reach their own conclusions as to what works and what doesn't. And the reality is that cities and towns and boards, they already get it. Their budgets at the local level are being squeezed, and they understand that efficiency is the word of the day. I would encourage a cooperative effort through the R.I.Cs to really try to identify those things that they know they could be doing on a multi-town or a regional basis with absolutely no diminishment of the product that they're providing to our kids.
The Regional Interdistrict Collaborative provides an opportunity for 16 school districts in Connecticut to harness their buying power, solve problems together, and enter into projects that will reduce costs, save them time, and provide additional services.
We started out thinking in terms of just flat purchasing, copier services and paper bids and things like that. And then we expanded our vision to include things like professional development, those kinds of things that tend to fall through the cracks when your budgets have to be cut. What we're now doing is providing opportunities for our districts to piggyback on bids that might have been done in another district, projects involving infrastructure, technology primarily. The opportunity to piggyback on another district's bid or RFP saves us money in terms of advertising, in terms of staff time.
The benefits to local school districts are immense because they can share services and use their combined buying power, or they find something in common, such as the Lincoln Academy that permitted them to buy time and use that time to serve students at a reduced cost.
Just this past year, I've worked with Lincoln Academy and referred students to the facility and have been very, very, very pleased by the quality of services that it has offered students in South Windsor that need an alternative approach. Sometimes it's not cost efficient to create a program for just a few students. And CREC, understanding that, has worked with districts throughout the region to help us to create a way of referring students to a facility that is a cost savings to us, where in the past we may have spent twice the amount in tuition for such a program.
The second thing that we have implemented is a professional development series of workshops for our mid-level supervisors. And these are folks who don't get much of a chance for real professional development in the skills they need to develop.
Our initiative right now for regional transportation with 9 school districts who share a common carrier really, I think, have a great opportunity to save additional dollars because they'll actually use buses more efficiently and create new busing transportation in partnerships.
This year, transporting over 7,000 students on 372 routes, we were able to maximize some regional routing efficiencies through tiering and sharing of routes. We were able to save the state approximately $2 million this year. We are working with 9 districts from the R.I.C. We are trying to establish common specifications so we can then go talk to their transportation providers and negotiate cost savings.
It's a quid pro quo. Every district gets involved, and then every district, we all share in the savings.
During the past year, CREC's Cooperative Purchasing Division has expanded its programs by broadening its customer base beyond local education agencies to include municipalities, nonprofits, higher education, and organizations throughout New England.
Through cooperative purchasing, we are able to go out to bid for statewide purchasing power, so we're going to get much lower pricing on products than a single school district would be able to themselves. I'm trying to expand the program to the 6 New England states. We've actually partnered with the Education Cooperative in Dedham, Mass.
The Education Cooperative has been involved with cooperative purchasing for 20 to 25 years, helping our districts save a lot of money through the cooperative purchasing program. To further expand our cooperative purchasing, a 30B law in Massachusetts was recently updated to allow interstate bids. This opened up the door to the AEPA contract and to the PEPPEM contracts, which we are now involved with through the CREC program. We are the 24th member of the AEPA bid. So we have the purchasing power of 24 states now. So, we anticipate that this will certainly help our districts.
CREC has been a longtime member of Connecticut Association of Nonprofits, and we've opened up their cooperative purchasing program to our members. And one of the things that our members like so much about any of CREC's contracts is that they're already vetted, and you're working with vendors who know nonprofits and can save them money or stabilize a line item. When you look at some of the cuts that our members are facing and the way that the economy is, if we can stabilize a line item on behalf of one of our members or tap into CREC's resources, it's a win-win for everyone.
With an emphasis on educational public facilities, CREC's Construction Division has experienced unprecedented growth over the past 2 years. CREC now oversees a considerable construction program consisting of 7 schools, which exceeds $300 million in project costs.
One of the things that CREC does as part of our services is that we help districts get reimbursement from the state for projects that maybe have not been closed out yet. So far, with the 3 or 4 districts that we've been cooperating with and working together with, we've saved them close to $480,000 in that. In other words, it would have been $480,000 that they would have never seen that they were entitled to. As CREC, and because of part of our edge of how we can provide these services, if you will, is that we're a not-for-profit. So the first thing is that we're going to come in more than competitive on the way that we can provide these services compared to the private industry. And the other thing is that being school operators ourselves, we understand firsthand what it takes and what we need in a facility.
Building on many years of experience in planning, coordinating, and operating facilities throughout the Hartford region, CREC's food services staff helps school districts meet their needs by providing a variety of consulting options.
In food services, there are so many different aspects of the program that nobody's an expert in any one area of that. And most districts probably are very busy just handling whatever they're trying to do just to get the meal out on a daily basis. CREC has the expertise and the knowledge and the staff available to assist districts in that and give them some guidance over and above what the state will be able to do to provide services. We can offer services that are below market rate at a high level of service. CREC has a very good relationship working with the state Department of Education consultants and the nutrition department over many years, so we were able to work out problems with them and work out issues with them. Just having those relationships at the state level, I think, is a big help to any district.
Towns and school districts have become increasingly more reliant on equipment and software, and CREC has responded by offering new enhancements in information technology services.
One of the things that we've found with districts is they really struggle with data management. There's a lot of indirect costs that districts assume in spending hours and hours of generating reports and staying compliant with various requirements that they have. So what we've done is develop some services at CREC that will help districts save money by providing them resources that know the answers to the data collection and processing questions that they might have. The Technology Services Division is already providing outsourcing of IT staff. One of the things that becomes an advantage in working with CREC is that we have a strong team of specialists. So instead of asking their staff to go out and learn these skills or pay a commercial provider, we use the people that they need So we're leveraging the size and strength of our team to their advantage. One of the key differentiators with CREC is that we're not just a generic IT provider. We are a provider that is in schools every single day. That gives us a real advantage where we can go into a school environment and know the kinds of issues that come up and be able to resolve them quickly.
Saving money by creating economies of scale has allowed school districts to reallocate needed resources back into the classroom. Finding creative ways to work together has been a priority for the Hartford Area Superintendents Association.
HASA has been essential for superintendents over the years because it allows us to come together and discuss and solve some very difficult problems. CREC takes an active role in implementing regional efficiencies. They were in the forefront of this effort for as long as I can remember. Another way that CREC has supported a subset of the Hartford Area Superintendents Group is the Farmington Valley Superintendents, who years ago wanted to create a diagnostic center for students that we call to this day the Farmington Valley Diagnostic Center. We used the CREC structure to create this center that provides for short-term and long-term placements for some of our at-risk students at a lower cost than if we had to place them out. That's been very critical and is successful to this day.
As school districts across the country look for ways to cut costs, CREC has been a national leader by identifying common problems and providing innovative solutions. Our collaborative efforts are helping to close the academic achievement and opportunity gaps. We're working more responsibly by bringing smarter, more permanent value to education. Together, we're strengthening our communities and improving the quality of life, making connections for a brighter future.
We've expanded our vision into other areas that we really hadn't even thought about when we first got together. And honestly, I don't know where we might go next.